There is always tension brewing in the politics of Northern Ireland. 5 main parties are contesting the general election here. We invited leading figures from each of them to sit down for a chat.
Michelle O'Neill from Sinn Fein and also First Minister of Northern Ireland.
I'm Emma Little-Pengelly, the DUP, and I'm Deputy First Minister of Northern Ireland.
So I'm Doug Beattie, I'm the leader of the Ulster Unionist Party.
I'm Naomi Long and I'm leader of the Alliance Party in Northern Ireland.
I'm Colm Eastwood, leader of the SDLP.
Michelle O'Neill, give us 3 words that describe your party. Does it matter to people in Northern Ireland if it's a Tory government or a Labour government at the end of the day?
Well, my interest in whoever occupies number 10 Downing Street is just how they conduct themselves in terms of their role as co-guarantor of our peace agreement. The Tories have played fast and loose with the Good Friday Agreement the whole way through their tenure, and Brexit's actually a real practical example. They have starved our public services of much needed funding. They have never acted in the interests of the people here. So I could only hope that on the other end of this election that we have a constructive relationship with whoever occupies number 10.
I think that the Conservative Party in the UK government botched Brexit, and Northern Ireland was the victim of that. We called out the Conservative Party on this at every single stage. But of course, regardless of who is in government, the DUP will be standing up for Northern Ireland. That's an important role, regardless of who sits in the seat of Prime Minister and who is in this government.
Why is every election in Northern Ireland still dominated by the question of whether we should be in the United Kingdom or part of United Ireland?
We want a united community, but the long-term vision for that united community is within the United Kingdom. Other people want a united community, but their long-term vision for that is within a united Ireland. So for me, this constitutional question is still important because we are still in a society which is driven by deep and differing aspirations.
The Good Friday Agreement gave us a democratic route, actually, to decide the future of Ireland. And for me, it's about a process of reconciliation. We want to bring people together. I want to see a united Ireland, and we will work every day to do that. But we respect that other people have a different view, and sometime in the future, we'll have to decide this democratically.
It's very easy to gather votes if you say that you're for United Ireland or you're for the United Kingdom. You can almost wrap yourself in a flag and then expect people will vote along those tribal lines. And I think one of the exciting things that's happened in Northern Ireland over the last 10 to 15 years it's just the number of people who have migrated away from that kind of politics and towards a party like Alliance, which offers a different vision for the future.
You're currently Deputy First Minister, but you've also been an MP. So which has most influence in Northern Ireland? Which Parliament? Is it Westminster or is it Stormont?
Well, of course, we operate in a system of a mix of devolved and reserved matters. So, of course, each body will have a focus. But, of course, Westminster matters, Stormont matters. It's important that people take their seats, that they turn up and they fight as part of a strong team.
I think this is an opportunity to vote for politics to work here at home, about taking control of our own fortunes. But at the heart of all of the problems that we face here is the fact that the Tories for the last 14 years have starved our public services of much needed funding, and their antics in terms of the Tory party itself, they tanked the economy, they drove up inflation, they put the cost of living burden very much on workers and families. So this election is actually a real good opportunity for people to have their verdict on all of that.
To what extent do you think the outcome of Brexit, that trade border in the Irish Sea, will feature in this election?
Brexit was a defining moment. It absolutely undermined the cohesion of the United Kingdom. And I think we can see the outworkings of that even today. And whatever government gets in, and we all think it's going to be a Labour government, I think they're going to have to work on that cohesion as one of their main outputs.
Brexit has been a disaster, but we felt it much more keenly here because we share a border with the European Union. So we had to do an awful lot of work to put things back together after the mess that was made by Brexit and Boris Johnson and the DUP. For
me now, what we need to do looking forward is say, how do we make the benefits of the Windsor Framework work in our advantage? We are a foot in the European Union. So anyone who wants to be able to trade freely with Great Britain and with the European Union can base themselves in Northern Ireland and do that completely frictionless.
Wouldn't you make more progress in your demand for a referendum on Irish unity if you actually took your seats at Westminster?
No, I believe people vote for Sinn Féin MPs because they know that they work really hard in their constituencies. They know that they will fight night and day to deliver for the people that they serve. They also know that the benefit of voting for a Sinn Féin MP comes with the fact that we're an all-island team, that we have representation in Belfast, in Dublin, in London, in the United States, and also now in Europe, because we have 2 MEPs. That's unique to any other party across the north. So that strength that comes with voting for a Sinn Féin MP, I don't think is lost on the wider public. And Brexit and our ability to bring our international influence to bear on the Brexit debate, I think, is testimony to what the Sinn Féin team can do.
The DUP has had 4 leaders in 3 years. You've been playing hokey-cokey on power sharing, and you have a changeable position on the Irish Sea border. So why should anyone trust your party?
Well, of course, I don't agree with much of that at all. We haven't had a changeable position on the Irish Sea border. We've always made clear that the integrity of the internal market of the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland's place within that internal market in our United Kingdom, must be protected and respected. It should never have been on the table. We consistently called that out. We made clear at the time of the Windsor Framework and Safeguarding the Union that while significant progress had been made, there was more to be done. It was always a much more nuanced position, and I would ask people to look back and listen to that. But it was the DUP that achieved that progress.
Is Alliance's best hope of more seats a split in the unionist vote over that Brexit border in the Irish Sea?
I think our best hope of more seats is the people of Northern Ireland seeing the delivery that we can make when we're in local government, when we are in assembly government, and what we have been able to achieve with just 1 MP in Westminster. I think people in this election feel fed up. They feel fed up with the negative politics they've had for the last 14 years under the Conservative government, and fed up with local politicians who propped up that regime. And I think what they want to see now is change. They want hope, and that's what we're offering people on the doorsteps. We've proven our record of delivery. We've proven the kind of positive image of Northern Ireland that we want to project, and how we can make things better in people's daily lives. People are yearning for that kind of change, and that's what we're leading and offering them.
Some people think the SDLP is in terminal decline. Does being the little sister of the UK Labour Party increase your chances of reversing that?
Well, look, we're very much our own political party, and people will find out that. And in the last 4.5 years in Parliament, we've been very, very strong, standing up for people in Northern Ireland around Brexit, around public services, but also standing up against what's happening in Gaza, that genocide that's unfolded in front of us. I want to see us being able to use that influence again. People have been telling us we're in terminal decline for 20 years. I think we'll do very well in this election, actually, because people understand you have to be there, you have to speak up, you have to vote on behalf of your constituents, and I think people will respond to that message.
If the Ulster Unionist Party can't win a seat at Westminster in this election when the DUP faces the challenges that it does right now, can it ever win a seat again?
Yes, it can. I mean, look, you know, we're doing all we can. We've been honest. We've shown genuine integrity. We've shown that we have a vision, which is a vision of a united community within the United Kingdom. We have been clear that we will turn up and we will be representatives on that green bench, and we will make Northern Ireland's voice heard. So we have done all of those things. If we don't get an MP returned this time round, it'll be a personal failure for me, without a shadow of a doubt. I need to own that personal failure, and I do. I never shy away from taking responsibility for things like this.
Does that mean you would resign if you didn't have an MP elected?
There's nothing better than being a leader, and leading my party, the Ulster Unionist Party, is a huge honour. The membership made me the leader of this party. It will be the membership decides my future.